Cardano ADA's buyback program? Yeah, you heard it here first. There is a rumor going around and mainly spread by one person that Cardano has a buyback program. And the founding partners, IOHK, Cardano Foundation, and whoever else are all buying back Cardano to keep it above $1 because obviously buying it back is in their best interest. But why? And to be frank, none of this is true. There is no buyback program. And this guy, like Charles suggested later in this tweet, is a walking condom commercial. Anyways, enough with trying to make Mike Alfred feel bad. I'm sure he's a great guy and he just doesn't like Cardano, but we'll leave him be for the rest of today's video. Now, I want to discuss what an actual buyback program theoretically looks like because I think we've been seeing it for a while now, and I think we're going to continue to see this as people get hungry for ADA. Now, why would that happen? And also, what are some other reasons for the buying cycle or the buyback program to continue, or more buying pressure to continue? Well, first of all, 70% of Cardano is staked, okay? You can stake in the Jack stake pool, but what I want to show you here is just the number at the Pool PM homepage. 70.3% of Cardano is staked, meaning that it's earning rewards every 5 days on their Cardano and about 5% APY. So pretty good. You just have to hold it. It never gets locked up. That's a pretty good reason to hold Cardano. The price does depreciate or appreciate. It's a volatile asset, so obviously there is some risk involved here. But next up, we have the treasury. And would you look at that? The treasury value, it has dipped a little bit. The ADAs went up, but the price of ADA is down. So we're at less than $1 billion in the treasury right now, but $1 billion. Right now, almost 1/30th of Cardano's market cap is locked in ADA inside a treasury for active development. Sounds like a pretty good buyback program. Invest in development, invest in the blockchain. That's pretty good buyback into the value of the ecosystem. Now, I do want to mention that right now, everything's kind of down. The markets are depressing. A lot of people probably not having the best day of their lives right now as Cardano is down to 88 cents. And this is really surprising to me, honestly. Yes, I've always said, hey, we could go down to very, very little amounts, 50 cents, so long. It can happen. A lot of people are going to leave this space. Now, a lot of people are going to say, hey, it's all over. Maybe they stick around for if it's a bear market. Maybe they just sell their crypto now and get out. Whatever they do, something interesting about Cardano is that it's seen higher prices than this years ago. We saw $1 Cardano in 2018. And back then, that was huge, right? $1 Cardano. The market cap was pretty insane, and there was no active development on Cardano, really. They didn't even have Shelley released. You couldn't stake yet. You couldn't really do anything. And here we are now at 88 cents. And we're thinking, oh, it's all over. It's all over. I mean, personally, I don't think that. Here we are at a dollar. It is the peak, but $1, yeah, is 60 cents, so on and so forth. We did go down to 5 cents, of course. But here we are at these huge prices, these huge valuations, and there's no ecosystem map at this point. There's nothing. There's really not anything but concept and a roadmap. Now, that roadmap has came a long way, and they've completed a lot of steps on the roadmap. I'll bring it up in a sec here. But what I really want to show you is that the ecosystem on Cardano is not just a blank slate anymore. We have live dexes. We have 1 million wallets. We have staking, proof of stake, consensus mechanism, extended UTXO fully implemented. Of course, there's a lot of obstacles to overcome. But to say that this is only worth 88 cents, I don't see it. And maybe it goes down more from here. Maybe it lasts longer than most people are comfortable with. To be honest, I still have to pay taxes on crypto income. It's not looking too bright when crypto's down a lot, but I do know one thing. If Cardano can reach $1.10 when it has nothing, not even staking, none of that, I don't see the demand or the supply lasting that long for this type of an ecosystem. Especially so when all the other crypto market gets back up and running. I don't see this being worth 88 cents. I just don't see it. Not only this ecosystem map, but also the base layer of the Cardano ledger being so secure, being built on Haskell. There's a lot to it other than just this. But all of this has came a heck of a long way. And I mean a long, long way. Smart contracts, wallets, whatever else since that last price point of $1 back in 2018. So we're under that now. What do you think is going to happen next? I don't know if it's going to take 2 months, 6 months, or 18 months. Maybe it takes longer. I don't know. But to me, it just feels silly thinking that this is the end of all hope and everything is lost when just right now, literally everything is at its peak in terms of active development on the Cardano blockchain. I don't love looking at the price, but I think it is a good indicator of market sentiment, obviously. And it is interesting to see something like this, the fear and greed index of Bitcoin, being extremely fearful. Now, does this mean that, everyone's fearful that I should buy up all of it, sell my couch, sell my house, sell my car? I don't know. Not a financial advisor, literally a guy in my mom's basement. But it does make me think, hey, if something big's ever going to happen, maybe this is the time for it. That being said, I'm not really going to rely on this price or Cardano's price going up in the next year, because that is, trying to strike gold. That's putting all of your chips on red. And I'm not saying that I don't like doing that, but I'm just saying that I'm not putting all of my hopes and dreams into a short-term price appreciation. And all the while, Cardano is down in price. We see record high transaction volumes for Cardano, 12 billion, 24 hours. And the other day, it was even more than Bitcoin and Ethereum. These metrics aren't the greatest to go by. It is a decent comparison when we look at Bitcoin to Cardano because they both use a UTXO model, unspent transaction output. But in terms of all the others, it is a little bit skewed. So we're not going to say Cardano's winning the race against Ethereum in every metric just because they're beating them on transaction volume. But there's a lot going on in the ecosystem. And whether we're 80 cents, whether we're 50 cents, whether we're 40 cents, whether we're at 5 cents, that doesn't change the fact that people are still building. And I don't see us going to 5 cents. I don't see it. Maybe I am blind. I didn't see us going to 80 cents. But I do think that we are not going to need an actual buyback program when there's so many reasons for people outside of the ecosystem and inside to reiterate their faith in Cardano for more than just development, but also a safe haven for their money that's not in a government-backed currency. Real quickly before we go, we are currently in the scaling era, and we're also in the governance era. Right now, we're checking off these 2 boxes as we progress towards all 5 eras being completed. Smart contracts, check that box back in September. Decentralization and foundation, those 2 boxes were checked before this one, of course. Now, right now, simultaneously, these 2 are being worked on, and we've already seen scaling come into play. And it's already had a pretty good effect with just small things coming into the Cardano ecosystem. And we've seen that transactions have been speeding and throughput has been better. It will get even better than this, and finality will be increased. That being said, governance has also been working. It's been a step-by-step process, but we've had catalyst funding for voting with the Treasury funds for quite some time now, and this is only going to get better. Not just for spending development funds, but also governance of the protocol itself and how things are ran going forward into the future as, where the world evolves and as everyone evolves with cryptocurrencies. Not just Cardano, but everyone's lives all in all. Being able to govern something in a manageable and reasonable way without a government per se is probably going to be the best way forward, especially when we're trying to find sound money and not just scarce money. Although Cardano will be limited supply, so it probably will be scarce at some point, so kind of counterintuitive. Anyways, all of these boxes are soon enough going to be checked. these boxes are filled up, and they're filling up day by day as more people work on the ecosystem. And along with all these boxes, we have tons of DeFi applications and decentralized applications in general coming into play and boosting the value of the network to the end user, whether they be here in Canada or whether they be across the globe. More people are also getting connected, and it just brings me a lot of hope. Now, obviously, hope's not all you can bank on, but I'm putting a lot of chips on Cardano because I believe that it can make a better future for a lot of people. And also, the price will probably go up along in the process. Anyways, that's it for the video today. I hope you guys enjoyed today's buyback program, or more or less reasons that people probably will be buying back into ADA over the next year. And with that being said, I'll see you in the next video.